Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to show you river scenes as we're cruising down the Nile for the second 1/3 approximate of the trip from Aswan to Cairo. In this video will be scenes from Luxor to Amarna. And when we are sailing during the day, got nothing else to do, I spend my time up here on the deck watching the land scenes go by. So hope you're enjoying these videos. And these 3 videos I'm making, the first one, this one, and then the last 1/3 of the trip all the way from Amarna to Cairo, if they're a little too long for you, then you can kind of skip through them and look for scenes that you find interesting. So let's watch out from the top deck together. I don't know what we're going to see, but we'll both find out together. Okay, let's go. This is just north of Luxor. We just sailed a few minutes ago. So this is still part of the city of Luxor, which is a really large town for southern part of Egypt. Beyond the grass and the trees, in some areas you can see the very deserty mountains a little bit into the distance, like here. Well, it really makes me wonder how those horses got out there on that little island. And nobody there to watch them. Well, this looks like a nice place. You see a lot of real shallow islands in the middle of the river. You see that horse? Take for that horse to find his way out on the island here. This one goes a long way down there. Look at all this cattle on that shallow island. There's no way they would have gotten out here without being brought out. And why? With all the grass that's on the shore, I wonder why they'd bring them out here. Interesting. By the way, one thing that is a big problem on European river cruises is the water levels. Sometimes the water level is so high that you can't get under a bridge, and sometimes the river levels are so low that there's not enough depth for the river boats. That's something you never have to worry about with a cruise on the Nile, because with the Aswan Dam they have total control over the water level of the river. This is the city of Kos, Q-U-S, which is a little way south of the city of Kena, Q-E-N-A, which is where we will be stopping for a few hours to do a tour. So look for that video. Here's a couple interesting towers. Look at that piece of grassland there. There's some interesting setups. Do you hear this chanting? They actually do that chanting over loudspeakers so the entire town can hear it. Folks, we are about to go under that bridge, which is a fairly low bridge, and in order to fit, they have had to move all of these canopies down like this. So now they're only about 3 feet high, and all of these umbrellas they've had to put down to make sure we fit under the bridge.
Laat Leon again.
And not far past that bridge, there's another bridge here that has a little more clearance for us, as the experienced crew here has put the canopies back up so they know they're safe for this bridge. But just for fun, let's see what this one looks like going underneath. Oh yes, that's much higher. That was not so scary. I really had to duck my head on the first one. And coming up next is the city of Asyut. Fairly good sized city it looks like. I think I can see the downtown area there. I think there's some goats, it looks like, there. Right beside the river, right in front of their homes. I can see the main part of the city is just beyond that bridge there. We're fixing to go under. This one looks plenty high enough for us. There it comes. And there it goes. People stand up there to watch us go under the bridge. Well, guess what? It turns out that was actually the police on top of the bridge, making sure that nobody drops anything down on us or something like that. I've really been impressed with Egypt in that they really want tourists here, and they're willing to do what it takes to make tourists feel safe in Egypt. So that's good. Here's some boats similar to ours here in the city of Asyut. Also here at Asyut, we're about to bypass another set of these gates, and there's only a few open right here. But then that's all open there, so that's where we're going through.
I do it. Comes along here, goes down. Yeah.
So now here behind us, the gate is rising up from the bottom. I thought they were going to swing closed, but instead they got one rising up from the bottom. So now I'm going to go back up front. Well, it's starting to open up for us in front here. Pretty much all of the riverside buildings are these plain looking brown brick buildings. Nothing really fancy you're going to see along the Nile in Africa. This is interesting. A desert in the middle of an island in the middle of the Nile. And there's another one, another island desert over here. We've come upon some really high cliffs here, and look at this. Looks like some sort of temple or something. Some other buildings here are interesting. Just below another set of mountains back there. Now here we've got some steep cliffs right at the river level. Haven't seen that before. I can't even get them all in from that side of the boat. Here's some interesting rock formations on the side of the cliff there. Interesting, the layout of the land here along the river. Looks like they were trying to build a bridge here across the river. I don't know why there isn't much activity going on around here. This video is going to end when we get to the city of Amarna, or actually I think it's called Tel Amarna, and that's supposed to be about an hour from where we are now. So I think the scenery will be changing pretty quickly and getting away from this mountainy, deserty scenes. This shows how they irrigate their land for the growing of certain crops. Well, so far the desert scenery is actually getting a little worse before we get into town. Wow, look at all these people standing there. One thing I have not seen along here is any golf courses. I guess they're not much into golf here. I see something interesting. Kind of looks like a temple. Imagine having to climb up there along that sand to get to it. I get to take a swim in the Nile before I leave Egypt. Well, folks, we have now docked at the Amarna Visitor Center here, and this is number 2 of 3 videos in a series I'm doing of sites cruising along the Nile. So my next video will cover scenes along the Nile from here to Cairo. So look for that, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please let me know on the comments below. Good day, folks.